And this gang of intellectually challenged 20-somethings drained their trust funds on fashion accessories
that guy's
and
hair.
muscle cars. Their idea of a good time was to play at being fast and furious. Mike and Jade saw themselves as the Sid and Nancy of the group. A couple of sex pistols who didn't have an orifice that wasn't pierced and didn't know a line they wouldn't cross. Today, Jade was taking her new tongue piercing out for a joyride.
Slave ring is something like what I'm wearing here, where a barbell is connected to the bead that closes the ring. The slave master would attach a leash or a chain to lead their slave around.
Oh, okay.
They thought they'd christen the new piercing with a stunt they'd called the Kiss of Death. The two lovers remained lip-locked until the last possible moment when the cars would pull away to avoid a stationary object.
Uh-oh.
In this case, a slow-moving
forklift.
Oh, shit! The stunt would have worked.
Oh, this is exactly why I don't want to get piercings. Oh, that's exactly why I would never want a piercing.
One would have the slave ring with the hoop on it, and then what would end up happening would be that the ball on just the plain regular tongue ring would get lodged in that ring.
What? What? Oh, shit.
The two drivers should have slowed their cars down at the same time, but they didn't use their heads. So instead, Mike and Jade lost theirs. Kids these days do some pretty dumb things. These two could have used a simple heads up.
Ew. Tongue-tied. Oh, that's a good one. September 8th, 2008. Rochester,
Get a load of this
New York.
ugly mug. His name is Carmine. He's a wise guy who took a fall for the Don, so he's been serving a 2-year sentence for assault and battery.
We find that you were sufficiently rehabilitated to go out on a work release program.
Carmine had convinced everyone he was ready to clean up his act.
But he's not. He's not. Everybody knows that.
So the Don called in a favor and got Carmine a job, cleaning up the streets. But Carmine had no intention of getting his hands dirty.
Hey, this is how it's gonna be. You're gonna drive the truck, you're gonna take out the trash, and me, I'm gonna supervise.
Yeah, right. When the probation officer go out to check on a defendant, and if the defendant is not doing his job, then he can get violated and be returned back to court. They can get themselves right back into square one, which means prison.
Are you gonna help me with this? Nope.
Carmine did a lot of supervising. But he was quick to sing a different tune around his probation officer.
Things have been great for the last 2 weeks. Let me show you what I've been doing.
As he was showing off how hard he worked, Carmine's co-worker was talking. Carmine might have been a wise guy, but he wasn't too smart. Perhaps if he had actually done some of the hard labor,
He would have seen
Carmine
that
would
were.
have known
Oh,
how
shit.
to lock the dumpster's
Oh,
wheels
shit.
in
There it
place.
goes. He's gonna get squished. He doesn't even. How do you not hear that ton of tin? How do you not hear that?
Hey, bada bing, bada boom.
This dumpster weighed 500 pounds. It had 300 pounds of garbage inside it. It was traveling at over 15 miles per hour.
I don't understand how you don't hear the rumbling behind you.
Force. When the sharp section of the dumpster hit this man's midriff,
Ooh.
it caused the gut to rupture and all the contents to just get extruded out. And he effectively exploded to death.
Oh, it looks like sausages.
Carmine made parole and went back to his bad behavior. He had no intention of taking out the trash, so the trash took him out.
Arrivederci. November 29, 2008, Cedar Springs, Miami.
'Twas 3 weeks before Christmas, and right outside the
Right?
mall,
I think I said it
not a
right.
creature was stirring, except 2 hot elves and a stoner Santa named Paul.
You want to
No,
try this? This
no.
is good stuff.
Thanks.
There were no cute children to sit and to pose. Their parents were all broke. Their homes
Damn.
all foreclosed. This was no Saint Nick, but he sure liked his hose. He felt up the elves.
How that outfit of yours, baby?
So they slapped him and said,
If you lay one more of your filthy fingers on her, I'm getting our manager.
A beginning Santa can make up to $100 an hour, whereas a veteran Santa can make up to $175 to $200 an hour. If Santa works 40 hours a week during the holiday season, he can bring up to $10,000 in holiday wages.
$10,000? Wow.
On Spleef, on Blunty, on Bone.
Oh, don't try to
This
blame this
Santa
on the
was a
marijuana.
All he did was get stoned.
I mean, that
The mall
stoned is
manager
one
got
thing,
flustered
but being an
and let
idiot
out a
while
big
you're
cry.
stoned is another.
You're fired, okay? Oh, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Santa got busted for being so high.
What's going on?
This rat-bearded stoner finally looked to the sky and took a large icicle.
Oh.
The key to an icicle is the fact that when water refreezes, it releases heat. As the water drips down that icicle, the released heat actually forms like a blanket. The top of the icicle forms slowly. The tip of the icicle forms rapidly. Icicles could grow as big as 100 feet. Should those icicles break, you're talking incredibly dangerous situations for pedestrians, people driving in cars below. Of course, there have been situations where people have actually been killed by icicles falling from buildings in different locations.
This Santa was a loser. No doubt about that.
How that outfit of yours, baby?
Merry Christmas to all.
You're fired, okay? Oh, come on. Get out of here.
And thank God he got whacked.
Yes, scream it up, ladies. Icicle. Icicle. Waterloo,
It's
Indiana?
power walking day for these 3 new mommies. And for Gordon here, it's a great chance to get some fresh air. At first, the moms are disgusted, throwing 2 freshly pumped bottles of breast milk at him. But that's like candy to this sick perv.
Ew.
The women come to their senses
Let's get him. Bring it on. Oh, you're sick.
and knock Gordon out of his.
Oh.
These babes belong to MILF.
Do it in the dick.
Moms, I'd like to
Right in the dick.
fight. An underground fight club for women.
Get him, ladies. Get him.
And hell hath no fury like a MILF scorned.
That'll teach you, pervert.
Gordon tries to pull himself together when suddenly his wiener-waving days are over. Turns out the ass-kicking didn't kill Flash Gordon. Mom had eaten some peanuts earlier, and traces of them wound up in her breast milk. Mr.
and he's
Perv was
allergic.
fatally allergic to peanuts, and so sealed his fate when he sucked down the MILF juice.
Our breast milk drinker ingested mother's milk, laden with proteins from the peanut, causing an anaphylactic shock. The cells in your body release histamines.
Well,
Histamines
couldn't happen to
cause
a better
small
guy,
airways in
right?
response to constrict.
Couldn't
and
happen
it
to a
caused
better
blood
guy.
vessels to dilate, not allowing blood to get to his heart, and he died.
Gordon flashed the wrong mommies
You ready for this, perv?
and wound up lactoasted.
Lactose. Ooh, kissy kissy.
Beware, the graveyard of terror. What evil lurks around every tombstone?
I mean, I've gone into something like this with my boyfriend.
No, actually, that's a nearly dead guy named Jim. How did he get like that? Jim worked in a cemetery, but all he really wanted to do was play golf. So he combined work and play. On his dead man's golf course, Jim had traps and hazards.
That's just disrespectful.
But Jim was just another hack who showed a complete lack of respect for the occupants. Then one day, Jim had a high fever, and blisters appeared on his arms, hands, and face. Thinking it was the flu, he went to sleep it off.
Oh, you should never fall asleep when you're not like that.
But when he woke, his blisters had become festering lesions.
Ew. Oh!
He tried to get help.
Let's go. Come on.
But he would never make it. Jim went from the living dead
The literal dead.
to the dead. When Jim
He's
sprayed
dead.
the ground the day before, he was using a powerful fungicide for the first time. He didn't know it, but he was one of 1 in 10 people with a severe allergy to fungicide. His habit of gnawing on his golf tees finally did him in.
After ingesting chlorothalonol, they very commonly use fungicide.
Okay.
He had an acute allergic reaction to it, causing flu-like symptoms. The next phase is a necrotizing type of skin slough or dermatitis. It's very rapid. Within an hour, your skin can start to just slough off and peel away, not only on the exterior, but also on the inside of your body. You can actually choke off your own windpipe and die from asphyxiation.
In the graveyard of horror. See Jim spray. See Jim play.
See Jim dead.
See Jim die.
Oh, I was close. It was die. May not have been dead, but it's close to it. It's the same thing. Oh my god.
Look up at any city skyline and you can be sure of one thing. Somebody manning a crane helped build it.
Those crane
Ramon had the
builders
skills to
actually,
pay the bills,
they do
but
deserve
he was a
lots
big
of money.
crane operator with
I
a
mean,
big
I don't know how much
secret.
they get per year, but
Peruvian marching powder got him through his long and hard work days. Everything was going fine until his foreman dropped a bomb.
Ramon! What? You got a drug test tomorrow.
This was no
shit.
simple urine test. Crane operators have to undergo a full blood analysis. But Ramon had an ace up his sleeve.
Ramon!
His girlfriend was a cook at a hospital.
Everything you need. I've got blood, I've got the needles.
She was able to sneak out a bag of blood, the same blood type as his. His plan? Bring the blood to work, and right before the test, run the clean blood into his body.
oh, don't run blood into your own body.
Don't forget that drug test this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to donate all day.
In this situation, this individual believed
Oh, why
that
would
he
you do
could
something like that?
cheat the blood test by diluting out the cocaine sample, which is foolish. It's not possible.
As plans go, this one had more holes in it than a junkie's arm. For example, his girlfriend warned him,
It can't be cold.
I get
Or else you could die, okay?
but Ramon was too high to listen. He fed the cold blood into his vein, and as soon as it hit his heart, he was lights out.
If blood kept at 38 degrees is transfused into the body, this could have a serious side effect, especially on the heart. It can affect the natural pacemaker of the heart, leading the heart to have irregular heartbeats, which could then lead